Good morning, everybody. I am Dipanjan Ghosh. Today, I want to take the second class of morphology. In my previous class, already I had discussed about the modification of root stem. So today, I want to go to the another portions. So discuss about that topic. So today, in my previous day already, I had discussed about the modification of stem, and here we have seen how do the stem is basically modified, and what is that is the for storing functions, for storage functions, for support functions, and for protection purpose. And today I want to see the basically I want to see the if and how do the basically if we go to the this is the different parts of ifs. We know this is the auxiliary words pto, stpu, and yamina, and this is the venetians pattern. This is the reticuate venetians, and this is the parai venetians, where what we have seen. These are reticuate venetians, and this is the parai venetians. And if we go to the types of ifs, we know this is basically the pinete compound if. Both are the compound if. These are pinete compound if, and this is called the rachis, that is the midriff. And we see in case of pinete compound if, the epiates are attached at the common point, that is at the tip of the petiole. So this is the figure of say cartoon, and which shows the pymetry compound if. Now I come to the phytotaxy and different types of phytotaxy. This is the pattern of arrangement of the leaves on the stem or branches. This is the China rose. Here we have seen that there are three types of phytotaxy, are of three types. That is, one is the alternate phytotaxy, opposite, and hold. So we have seen that the pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stems or branches. So and here this is the modifications of leaves. We know in case of P, how do they use the tendrils for their climbing purpose, how tendrils for their climbing purpose, or here this is the xerophyte cactus, how do they use the spine for their protective purpose. And already I have mentioned so why there is such types of modifications, why the leaves are modified into spines, modified for their protection purpose. And basically they are xerophyte. And so there are some physiological adaptation process, there are anti-transpiration capability. And here we see the inflorescence, that is the a flower is modified shoot, that is the arrangement of flowers on the on the flora axis is termed the inflorescence. Here we see this is the racemose. In case of racemose, we see that the main axis become enlarged, there is no limitations. And the eteri, that is the that is the flowers are borne eteri. Here this is the cymose, but in cymose type of inflorescence we see the main axis terminates with a flower. So here we see the flower. So the main axis terminates with flower, and the limited growth we have seen in case of cymose. Okay. And we know the flower is the basically the reproductive unit. Whenever we have discussed about flower, we know what is the reproductive part, what is the non-reproductive part, and we know basically what is bisexual flowers. When a flower has both androecium and gynoecium, then it is called the bisexual. And on the basis of symmetry, not only we can we not only we see the symmetry in case of animal, that is protozoa, porifera, nidaridia, but we can observe that symmetry in any figure. It may be triangle, it may be square, but we also see the symmetry in case of flower. That is, either we are capable to divide the part into two similar halves by any by vertical plane passing through its to its center. So on the basis of that, we have classified the flower into different category. The actinomorphic, that is the radii symmetry, the zygomorphic, that is the bilateral symmetry. So if we go to the diagram, so this is the radii symmetry, basically whenever we have done that. And this is the bilateral symmetry. So we can see it. So there are different types of symmetries basically found, and basically based on the positions of calyx, choroid, and androecium, in respect of the ovary or thalamus, we have classified it hypogynous, perigynous, and epigynous. So the picture A is hypogynous. Yes, the genosium occupies the highest positions, but in case of, we see in case of epigynous, what is found basically, basically the margin of the thymus grows upward and enclosing the ovary. So this is another type of basically the positions of flori parts on thymus. And next I come to the parts of flower, that is the calyx, choroia, endosperm, and genosium. And in case of calyx, if the sepals remain united, this is called the gametophytes. If sepals remain free, there are polycephalous. And that terminology is applicable in case of choroia. In case of choroia, if the choroia remains united, then it is called the polypetaeus. If the petals remain united, these are called the gamopetaeus, and these are called the petals then the polypetaeus. And here that pictorial presentation shows the parts of flower. This is calyx, this is choroia, and this is endosperm and genosium. And now I come to the aestivation process. This is very important for NEET and NCERT. For NEET examinations, very few time the questions is come from aestivations and presentation. So for students who have taken prepare for NEET, they should have to grow a clear concept of aestivation. Aestivations is nothing; it is the mode of arrangement of sepals or petals on flori bud. With respect of other members, here we see in case of valvate, the sepals or petals just touch one another in the margin, just touch one another into the margin. So this is the valvate. In case of twisted, just overlap with each other, but in a direction. But in case of imbricate, we can say it in that way that imbricate is one type of twisted phenomenon, but it do not maintain any direction. It can be in any direction. And in case of vexillary, what we have seen in pea and bean flowers, we see such type of vexillary patterns. There are 5 petals. The largest, largest overlaps the two lateral parts. So we have seen different types of aestivations process. That is the valvate, twisted valvate, the marginal association of sepal and petals. In twisted, there is the twisting phenomenon, overlapping phenomenon, but in maintain the direction, one direction. But imbricate is another type of overlapping phenomenon, but here it do not maintain the direction. If we cut a paper and can do that type of structure and cut that paper in that form and go through that structure, we can get that structure. So this is different types of aestivation, and I discussed the another portions to my next class. So this is the second class of morphology on NCERT basis, and basically this is really very important for NEET examination. Thank you.